Welcome to the Time Management Workshop presented by the Student Success Center at Blue Ridge Community College. This is part one of the three-part series on time management. This presentation series will focus on three aspects of time management. Part one of the presentation will cover procrastination. The second part will discuss to-do lists, and the last part will discuss planners. The first thing we will look at is procrastination and common reasons why we procrastinate. We will also discuss how time management can overcome these various causes. The last two presentations will discuss to-do lists and planners. We will differentiate between the two and identify how to effectively use each. So you may ask, why should we manage our time? The short answer is that effective time management reduces stress levels. By reducing stress levels, we are able to be more productive and satisfied with our actions. Time management allows us to evade the root causes of procrastination. Ultimately, with good time management practices, we can live more in line with our values and reach our goals with less trouble and in hopefully less time. The chart on this slide compares the effects of time management on stress levels. You can see as our time management increases, our stress levels decrease. And also vice versa. As our time management decreases, our stress levels increase. Obviously, we want to decrease our stress levels, so whatever we can do to do that, we will do it. This slide shows the four most common reasons for procrastination. Procrastination essentially means we're putting off effective action. You probably already know whether you are a chronic procrastinator or not. However, not many people truly know why they procrastinate. We'll discuss the four most common causes of procrastination, and none of these are laziness. The first reason is time management. You may be uncertain of your priorities, goals, or objectives. Without knowing your goals, we don't really know what we should be doing. However, with effective time management skills, we are more likely to identify our goals and to stay motivated to reach those goals. The next three causes of procrastination can all be improved by effective time management. The next of these is difficulty concentrating. If you find a task you're doing boring, you're much more likely to have trouble concentrating. An unorganized working environment leads you to use your normally relaxing environment to do work. For example, your bed or couch are not good places to try concentrating on schoolwork. Since these are the places you typically associate with relaxing, and not really being that productive, it makes it even more difficult to get work done. The third cause is perfectionism. Perfectionism is feeling like you must do everything perfectly. You feel like you have to make a 100% on everything that you do. This leads you to feel overwhelmed. Then, because you feel so overwhelmed, you avoid doing the task altogether. In other words, because you feel impelled to do everything perfectly, you don't even bother beginning an assignment. The last common cause of procrastination is fear and anxiety. With fear and anxiety, similar to perfectionism, you often feel overwhelmed with a task. This leads you to spend a lot of time and energy worrying about assignments rather than completing them. Procrastination can follow a vicious cycle that feeds into itself. As we procrastinate more and more, we end up wasting more and more time. You can think of this as the procrastination trap. Fortunately, though, the opposite of the procrastination trap is true. Effective time management reduces procrastination. The first step in beating procrastination is identifying when you are doing it. So next, we'll look at some things you might catch yourself saying while procrastinating. Although there are infinitely many ways to catch yourself procrastinating, 6 common quotes are shown here. If you catch yourself making these or any similar statements, take a second to identify what may be causing you to procrastinate. So, we've talked about various causes of procrastination and different ways to catch yourself. Now let's talk about some ways to beat procrastination. The first way is to get organized by using tools such as to-do lists or planners. The next 2 parts of this time management series talk about each of these individually. The next way to beat procrastination is to commit yourself to action. It helps to commit yourself if you can identify some value in the task you're doing. For example, you may find reading your history text boring, but it helps to know that reading, and thus passing history class, gets you closer to completing your degree and all of the benefits that go along with that. When trying to overcome procrastination, there are several ways getting someone else involved may help. First, if you find it easier to work on assignments with others, then you could find study groups to work with. This will provide some additional motivation to be productive, as well as accommodate your natural tendency to be around others. Also, getting someone else involved may simply mean finding someone to hold you accountable. This can help encourage you to avoid procrastination by bringing in someone else. Lastly, give yourself a reward for completing a task. Before beginning a task you don't find interesting, try to identify something you can give yourself once you complete it. An example is going out to eat with a friend after writing a paper. This will provide some incentive to get the paper done while giving you something greater to look forward to. If you catch yourself procrastinating, try one of these methods to help getting started. So that's it for the first part of this series. Please follow along in part 2 of the time management series. Most people know what a to-do list is, but don't know how to use one effectively. Part 2 will solve this problem.